Welcome to the Old Time Radio Westerns. I'm your host, Andrew Rhynes, and I'm excited to bring you another episode absolutely free. This is one of over 80 episodes released monthly for your enjoyment. Now, let's get into this episode.
The Lone Ranger. Horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver. The Lone Ranger. Yes, when you hear that galloping horse, it's a Lone Ranger. The Indian camp, which had been the scene of great hilarity a few hours previously, was now strangely quiet. The women and children, as usual, remained inside their teepees. But the men, except for a few young bucks who reeled about unsteadily, whooping and laughing, lay on the ground sleeping. The two fur traders, Duck Simpson and Gib Gandy, finished packing the large assortment of pelts they'd received in barter, loaded them onto their pack mules, and prepared to ride off. Simpson looked around the camp and smiled.
Yeah, look at him. Laid out deader than Todd.
Duff, that sure was mighty powerful liquid we filled him up with this time.
They'd have had to feed him something like that so as we could trade him out of those furs they had. Wait till Chief Lone Bear gets back here and finds what's happened. He's going to raise quite a ruckus, Gandy.
You're not fooling. Steady there.
Easy, boy. Yeah, we'll go out of the reserve by the east trail.
Uh-oh. Duff, look who's coming. Owlhead.
Yeah, plumb forgot about him.
How could you? He brought us here. He's supposed to share with us on this deal. He and his men.
Yeah, ready there, Owlhead? We can't go without him. He and his gang will make trouble.
There you go. You ride off. Forget Owlhead.
Yeah, you're crazy. We've been waiting for you. Come on. We'll talk things over once we get out of the reserve. Well, let's start. Come on.
A few miles away, the three horsemen came to a stop amid a grove of trees at the bottom of the great hills that looked down on the main trail. Owlhead, murderous leader of a renegade Indian band, knew Simpson and Gandy for the wily crooks they were. He was demanding of them, as Simpson proposed that they separate.
We not separate. We stay together. Me take you to Indian camp. You make trade. Now you come to camp of Owlhead.
Sure, Owlhead, sure. That's what we're going to do, but not now, not today.
Huh?
No, not today, tomorrow. First, we have to trade some of the furs we have. We promise you guns, food to eat, stuff to drink. That's what you wanted, wasn't it, for you and your gang?
Want money, too. Gold.
Sure, and you're going to get it. Where's the nearest place we can sell part of this stuff we have?
Great Bend. Ranch house at Great Bend.
That's right. Just McCool's place is there. The only store and trading post near here. The next is more than 100 miles away, right? But you can't go to Great Bend with us. There's soldiers in these parts lately, looking for you and your gang. They see you and they'd kill you.
Going into Great Bend by ourselves is safest for you.
You come back tomorrow. You come to place we hide.
Sure. That's a promise.
You do that, sure. You not do. You die.
We realize that, Owlhead.
Owlhead and men need guns. Chief Lone Bear find out what Owlhead do today. Chief Lone Bear on warpath against Owlhead.
He won't like you letting us bamboozle his tribe, that's sure. But you will have the guns to fight him. You'll see.
Great Bend was an ideal spot on the Overland Trail, located near a river, protected by high hills, and covered by rich soil. But in spite of its name and advantages, Great Bend was merely the name given to the ranch house and trading post, built by elderly Jess McCool. It was the last isolated trading post where wagon trains might stop before going into Indian territory. McCool, who ran the post himself, had somehow accumulated an unbelievable supply of goods, ranging from food to rough clothes, tools, and materials. It was near sundown when Jess McCool heard a sound he hadn't heard in days. A wagon train was entering the grounds outside his ranch house. He walked to the door and watched the 8 wagons stop. As the men leaped from the driver's seats and helped the women from the wagons, McCool's practiced eye cataloged them at once.
Germans. Some more of those German immigrants. Maybe I'll be able to talk to this bunch. Hi there, folks. Hi.
One man, tall, broad-shouldered, and imposing, spoke to the group for a few minutes. Then he and a younger man left them and came to where Jess McCool waited in front of the ranch house.
Now, we gates then. It's good to see you, sir.
We gate yourself, mister. Figured you were German. Shake.
Yeah.
The name's McCool, Jess McCool.
It's a pleasure. My name is Hans Emmerich, and my friend is Karl Humboldt.
Well, hi, Carl. Put it there.
Greetings, sir.
You folks want to stop off here, I reckon.
Yeah, we need provisions, sir. And if possible, we would stay here for the night.
I reckon I can take care of you. Not right here.
Where would we stay, sir?
Build a few shacks in a stable up the road, about a quarter of a mile ahead. That's where you'll stay.
Good.
But you know, if I was leading a band of settlers, I wouldn't go on from here.
You would not? You do not think it is safe for us to go on from here?
I wouldn't go on without a troop escort, I know that. The Indians made a treaty with us, and they don't like the way a lot of our people are breaking it. Not that the regular tribes did the killing. It was probably Owlhead and his renegades. A real bad bunch.
So?
But if you got your permit to pass through the territory...
Oh, we haven't.
Huh?
That is why we came here. We would see the Indian commissioner. No one was at his office who could issue us a permit. We were told he would be here.
Yeah.
Well, he's not. So all things considered, you better stay on till he comes back. Now, what is it you'd like in the way of provisions?
Duff Simpson and Gib Gandy rode down from the hills to Great Bend at the moment the wagon train was leaving for the temporary quarters away from Jess McCool's trading post. They watched it over their shoulders, then entered McCool's place. The old man greeted them.
Getting to be a mighty busy place today. Hi, gentlemen.
Hey, hi. That train starting into the territory this hour of day?
No, just laying up for the night at my shacks up the road. Maybe they'll lay up longer than that, though.
Sickness among them?
No, didn't get themselves a permit to go through the Indian territory. They'll have to wait till Commissioner Palmer gets back.
Oh, yeah. He and some soldiers went through here yesterday, didn't they?
Yep. Probably won't be back for 3 or 4 days. That'll make those Germans restless, I reckon. Staying over here all that time. But it'll be good for me, getting their business and all.
Hey, Germans, huh? Yeah, I bet they're just loaded with gold, huh?
Those Germans that come out here usually are. They're wise. Gold gets you by anywhere. They have much?
I don't know. Didn't bother to ask. They paid in gold for what they ordered, but that's no concern of mine. Now, what is it you fellas want?
It was dark when Simpson and Gandy left the ranch house, having bought but few guns and supplies. A short distance from the place, they stopped. Duff Simpson explained why he had given certain signals to Gib Gandy inside.
We're staying here, that's why. We won't even try to trade any of these furs to that McCool. Not yet, anyway. Not till we get real rich with gold.
I was thinking the same thing, Duff. You want to rob that bunch of Germans, huh?
Yeah. They'll have thousands of dollars on them. You can be sure of that.
It's going to be hard sneaking in on a bunch that size. There were 8 wagons in that train.
We're not sneaking in on them. We're taking over complete. You, I, and Owlhead with his gang.
Owlhead and his gang?
Sure. You're going to ride onto their hideout right now, taking some of the guns we bought from McCool just now. Tell them about this train. It's carrying guns and ammunition, lots of cloth and other things they like, too.
But not about the gold?
No. That's for us.
Uh-huh.
Let them ride down on the train, get rid of the people on it, let them take everything else they want, but we grab the gold. And we bid them goodbye. Set out east before Commissioner Palmer and his army bunch ever knows what happened.
But you got to get that train on the road before we can attack it. They haven't a permit.
Nothing. I'll handle that part. They'll go on the road before dawn, with me leading them.
After midnight, when he was sure that Jess McCool had retired, Duff Simpson made his way to the ground where the wagon train had stopped. Women and children slept in the few cabins there, and the men rested under blankets on the ground. One of the men on guard had stopped Simpson as he entered the area. But when he explained his purpose for coming there, the guard led him to where Hans Emmerich slept. The man shook Emmerich's shoulders to awaken him.
Hans, wake up. Wake up, Hans. Hans, please, it's Carl. Wake up.
Carl, what's the matter?
Hans, the commissioner's with me.
Who?
Mr. Emmerich, I'm sorry to disturb you like this. I'm Indian Commissioner Palmer. Jess McCool tells me you have no permit to enter the territory and that you want one.
Oh, yeah, that is so, Herr Commissioner.
Well, I have it all ready for you. Only it's very important that you get your people together now right away and head west.
But, Herr Commissioner...
It'll be dawn in a few hours. You either come now or I can't let you pass through. I'm going west myself. I have a company of soldiers waiting for me some 20 miles inside the territory. I'll lead you to them, and they'll guard you from then on.
Yeah? Why, that is wonderful, Herr Commissioner. But of course we go. I wake up my men at once. We'll be ready in an hour. Men! George, Philip, wake up! Wake up, everyone! Wake up the women! Get the horses ready! We go west!
The sun was rising when the Lone Ranger and Tonto broke camp and started eastward through the hills of the Indian Territory. On top of a ridge, they stopped to study the eastern sky. Suddenly, the Lone Ranger leaned from his horse, touched Tonto's shoulder, and directed the Indian's attention to puffs of smoke rising from a not-too-distant hill.
Tonto, look. At those smoke signals.
Kimasabi. Something bad happened.
Oh, like what?
Signals call Indians to Chief Lone Bear.
The smoke comes from his village?
Say, braves, come at once. Indians go on warpath.
On the warpath? But why? We spoke with Chief Lone Bear yesterday. He'd been with Commissioner Palmer. He convinced the commissioner that his braves didn't attack that wagon train last week.
Him mad at bad Indians who do, but not mad at white men.
Now he's calling his men to go to war. Tonto, we must learn what this is all about. We're going to see Chief Lone Bear at once. Come on, Silver.
Let's come.
Only the persuasion of Tonto permitted the Lone Rangers accompanying him past the sentinels who guarded the Indian village. Chief Lone Bear told them how two fur traders, using liquid fire and cheap cloth and trinkets, had swindled his braves of a fortune in furs. Not until he'd returned during the night had he learned the story from his befuddled and revenge-bent warriors. Angry though he had been with them, Chief Lone Bear agreed that this indignity by the white men would not go unpunished.
Only war will make Injun happy. White men, except him with mask on face, act bad always to Injun.
No, you're wrong, Chief. There are bad white men, yes, but then only...
They're bad Indians, like Owlhead.
Tonto's right, Chief. Commissioner Palmer didn't blame you or your brothers for the raid on the wagon train last week.
Because me tell him Owlhead and bad Injuns do that.
Exactly. He knew Owlhead wasn't like the rest of you, nor were the men with Owlhead. The same is true of those two who swindled and hurt your people. Chief, do you know what they look like?
Me not see 'em. Dog Ear see 'em, know 'em. He tell how they look. Me get Dog Ear.
The Indian named Dog Ear came to the chief, described the two traders to the Lone Ranger, and added the names he had heard them call each other.
Thank you, Dog Ear. You don't have to tell me anymore. Chief, I know those men he described. They are bad. And the Great White Father would like to get them as much as your braves would.
Who they?
Duff Simpson and Gib Gandy. Chief Lone Bear, I'll get those men. They have a day's start, yes, but they're carrying furs. There's no place they can sell them within 200 miles from here.
Post at Great Bend.
No, Jeff McCool couldn't pay for the loot they stole. Chief, Tonto and I'll get those crooks, or we'll make sure the soldiers or some other authorities do.
Your word, good word. You say, I believe. But Injuns not settle for word.
Give me 2 days, Chief. 2 days on my own. You promise not to start a war on the white men. And I promise not to notify the soldiers or anyone who might harm your warriors.
2 days? It as you say, 2 days. We not war till that time. We wait. Believe you do right.
We'll certainly try. Come, Tonto. We haven't any time to lose. Easy,
Easy, Scout. Easy, fella.
Thank you, Chief.
Me wait.
Come on, Silver!
Let's go.
Using every shortcut they knew, the Lone Ranger and Tonto galloped through the hills above the main trail. They were nearing the end of the territory at the spot called the Divide when another unexpected sight met their eyes. There, on a rise in the ground above the road, hidden by trees, was a band of about 30 nondescript Indians, led by a white man. The party was looking down on the road.
Hold, Silver, hold.
Go, fella.
Steady, fellow. I'll use my field glasses. Now, let me see what... Tonto, the white man is Gandy.
Him not get far. We find him quick.
And the Indian beside him is Owlhead, I'm sure of that. Tonto, they don't see us. We'll ride down to where they are and try to get in behind them.
It not hard to do, Kimasabi. We go there. Me get off horse, crawl through high grass, bushes, listen.
Yes, we'll do that, Tonto. Come on, Silver.
Come, Scout. Come, fella.
Tonto had left the Lone Ranger in a spot a few hundred yards away from Gib Gandy and the Indians. Now, after more than an hour, he returned to where the Lone Ranger waited in the underbrush.
Kimasabi.
Yes.
Me hide. Me hear him talk. Me know why them wait.
Briefly, Tonto told him of the wagon train that was expected before high noon and the murderous ambush that was planned.
Me hear him say, other white man, lead train.
It's a trap, and there isn't any time to waste. We can't look for Commissioner Palmer and the soldiers because we don't know where they are.
We warn train, Kimasabi.
That won't be enough, Tonto. If it's close to this spot, they'll come after it. There's only one hope we have aside from holding the wagon train.
What that, Kimasabi?
Ride back to Chief Lone Bear. Tell him what we've learned. He'll know another massacre may mean an all-out war against all Indians. He'll have a chance to revenge his warriors and at the same time see justice done. Ask him to please come with his men as soon as possible.
The Lone Ranger and Tonto led their horses back up to the hills, where they could be neither seen nor heard by the men in ambush.
Get him up, Scout.
Then, as Tonto set out over the trail they had traveled a short time ago,
Come on, Silver!
the masked man rode eastward, heading down towards the main trail, which he kept in sight always. Duff Simpson rode in front of the wagon train as it neared the straightaway road that would lead to the Divide. But it was Hans Emmerich in the lead wagon who first saw the man charging down from the hills on a great white horse.
Oh! Carl! Herr Commissioner, look!
He stopped his wagon, and those behind him did the same before Duff Simpson could protest. Emmerich leaped from the wagon to the ground, followed by Carl Humboldt.
Look! He's waving his hand at us. He makes signs for us to stop.
Who? Hey, what's the idea of
Now,
stopping?
the rider, he's coming fast. It's plain to see he's making signs for us to stop.
I'll make any signs to stop. Who's in charge of this train?
Now, you are, Herr Commissioner.
Hans, look. He's wearing a mask, the man who comes.
Eh?
A bandit.
But no, Hans, you see? He holds his hands high above his head in friendly greeting.
All right, you fellas get back there. Let me handle this.
The Lone Ranger galloped onto the scene, which he took in with a single glance.
Oh, Silver! Oh, easy. Steady now.
He recognized Duff Simpson, but pretended to ignore him, realizing the man had him at a disadvantage. The masked man smiled and lowered his arms slowly, almost imperceptibly, as he spoke to the two men behind Simpson.
Who's in charge of this train?
I am. I mean, Herr Commissioner, he is in charge.
Commissioner?
Yes, Commissioner Tom Palmer.
Well, there are Indians ahead waiting to ambush you.
Indians?
Indians? You're lying. There are no Indians in these parts.
No, soldiers are waiting for us. That is who waits.
There are renegade Indians waiting to hold up this train. They intend to massacre you and take everything you have, especially gold.
Don't pay any attention to this man. He's a bandit. He wears a mask.
Yes, I wear a mask, but I don't pretend to be a person I'm not.
What do you mean?
I mean you're not Tom Palmer. You're Duff Simpson, a murdering crook.
Oh, that's it.
Too late, Simpson. I was expecting that.
What did you do? What was it you said?
You must believe what I tell you. But first, let someone bandage that man and tie him up. He's dangerous. He was leading you into a trap.
The Lone Ranger told of what he and Tonto had learned. His manner was convincing, and Emmerich and the other men who had gathered behind him listened with set lips as the masked man finished.
And so you'll have to ride back to Great Bend and wait until the real commissioner and his troops do return.
But it's too late. Look, coming from the hills back there.
Indians, and they're coming this way.
Get guns. We are attacked.
Strangers, like you say, they're going to attack.
They must have had a scout watching for you.
Put that man in the wagon. Do not let him escape.
Quick, circle your wagons. Get your guns ready. Stay inside the circle and fire as they attack. Fire through the wheels, but hurry. Hurry, man.
Get up there. Get up there. Come on.
Led by the Lone Ranger, the emigrants worked feverishly. The wagons were circled haphazardly when the oncoming band of Indians, led by Gib Gandy, started to fire.
Keep low. Hold your fire till they get near, then give it to them.
Don't be afraid. Wait till they get close to us.
All right. Now, let them have it.
Indians fell from their horses as the emigrants fired. Those who were behind the fallen rode away from the wagons and started to ride around them in a circle. The Lone Ranger aimed carefully at the one white man.
Got him. That takes care of Gandy. Gotta get Owl Head.
For more than 2 hours, the emigrants, led by the Lone Ranger, held off the Indians, whose casualties by that time were more than half. It was then that the Lone Ranger drew a bead on the renegade leader, Owlhead, who up to that time had stayed out of rifle range. He fired, and the Indian fell from his horse.
There he goes. Now let's see how they do without their leader.
They're afraid. See? They're right away. We have got them now.
Strangers. My eyes, do they see right? They ride away, those Indians.
They always do when they lose their leader. Too bad I couldn't get Owlhead sooner.
Hans, we are lost.
What?
Hans, see from the other side.
What?
Comes now many Indians, hundreds of them. We are lost.
Oh, we cannot hold them off. There are too many.
Look, Mr. Emery, they're not coming this way. See? They're going after the renegades we drove off.
No, but is this? I cannot believe this.
Those are good Indians, your friends, if you'll be friendly with them. That's Chief Lone Bear leading them. I'll introduce you to him when he and his men have finished their job on the renegades.
The sun had passed its zenith and was lowering into the western sky. A band of German emigrants and a greater band of Indians sat around a fire and talked to each other, as Tonto sometimes acted as interpreter. Among the wounded prisoners they had placed against the wheels of the covered wagons were Duff Simpson and Gib Gandy.
Chief Lone Bear, are you going to turn these men over to Commissioner Palmer?
Indians get back furs. Indians take renegades who them not kill, give to soldiers.
Now, this is justice. Justice as it should be. It is, I think, why maybe we should not go further west, but instead go back to Great Bend.
Hans, what is this you say?
Why, this place of Great Bend is wonderful, as our friend Chess McCool has told us. We could develop it until it becomes a great city.
It could be. It's a very nice place. And we would not go into Indian territory to violate the lands of these friends we have just made.
That is right. Chief Lone Bear, you understand what we say.
Brothers. It make Indians heap glad. Now we live in peace with white brothers.
Yeah, thanks to the masked man doing all that he did. But, Hans, where is he? Suddenly the masked man is gone.
But he was here. Oh, there he is on his horse, ready to ride away with the Indian who is his friend. You see, he waves to us. Auf Wiedersehen!
Auf Wiedersehen! Let's go!
All this is just like some dream come true. Chief, you came to help us because this masked man asked you. Now tell us. Surely you know who he is.
Him great man. Him Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger rode from the spot where the railroad tracks had been torn up by the outlaws.
Oh, easy, steady, big fella.
He leaped from his horse as he saw the train approaching and ran onto the track, waving his arms. But the engineer saw him and opened the throttle.
It's bandits. They're trying to stop us. I'm going to run him down.
The Lone Ranger leaped from the track as the train sped by. Then a hail of bullets from the cars fell around him. A train with a fortune in gold and a carload of passengers speeds on to a trap of death. Instead of preventing a wholesale slaughter, the Lone Ranger becomes a target for death himself. Is it too late to save the death train? Be sure to listen to this next thrill-packed Lone Ranger adventure.
The Lone Ranger is presented through the facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.
This has been a presentation of OTRWesterns.com, and we hope you enjoyed. Please take some time to like and rate this episode within your favorite podcast application. Follow us on Facebook by going to OTRWesterns.com/Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to OTRWesterns.com/YouTube. Become one of our ranch hands and unlock some exclusive content. We want to thank our most recent ranch hands, Steve and Ron W., who joined us recently. You too can join by going to OTRWesterns.com/donate. Send us an email, podcast@OTRWesterns.com, and you can call and leave us a voicemail, 707-986-8739. This episode is copyrighted under the attribution non-commercial share-alike copyright. For more information, go to OTRWesterns.com/copyright. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.